Good business is banked on its ability to be able to meet the needs of the society. And so we see that businesses that live longer continue to serve communities to solve their own problems.
I'm one of the members of Abango Women group, and this is where we are here now, is Abango Women group. This group started in 1992. We have 45 members, both youth, mothers, fathers, all together here. We are doing farming. We are specialized in cassava growing, that is narokas. We started in 1992 with goat rearing. After goat has got finished, then we changed to farming, growing cassava. So far we have 215 acres of land. The solution we have provided, so far we have provided to this community is many. One, enough food for the community. There's a lot, plenty, because our food cannot get finished. Seasonal, we have a lot of cassava because we have 215 acres. We can grow this cassava in season. We have the one we have just planted, the one which we are uprooting. So there are many. We have solved the problem of food in this community. If you want cassava right now, you have to come there, you will get it there. So food is solved. Again, also, we have solved some problem of money because there is a lot of people coming in place to buy this cassava. Because even the house growers, for example, while the same variety we are planting in this farm, they can also bring in. Even now, the youth now, because of this work, we have many work here. You can go and dig for you. It has also reduced the problem of this theft in the community. Yes, the product we are having here right now, we are having flour. We produce even starch, which are in place, which can be used in industry like Uganda Breweries Limited. We have like also cassava cutting, that is cassava stems. We do really give to other farmers, but really we have some challenge in it because you have to multiply to others also, because we have them in the farm many. If you want to get a good cassava, first of all, you have to have a good land. After cultivating the land very well, and then you have to look for the good variety. The good variety. Right now, the variety for us we are using Narokas 1. Because according to the government, this is a good variety we are having right now in the country. It has two ways. One, it can mature in 6 to 9 months. It's over. It's ready now. That is the first thing. Two, even if you look at our weather itself, it is conducive to our weather. Because right now we have taken like 2 weeks without rain. But still, if you look at our garden, you will find that this cassava is resistant to our weather. So that's why we are using Narokas 1. Another thing is it's sweet, the sweetness. Because if you bring this bitter one here, it cannot work very well. So it's good in that way, 3 ways. It has good quality. Even the yielding, yes, the yielding, it has mash. Like in business, the group has managed to own their land. This 215 acres is now is for this group. We have also saving group, like saving circle, the circle. So every week, you have to save. The smallest money is 5,000. this weather is not so conducive. Sometimes it can stay even for 3 weeks without raining. Look at our cassava. So our challenge is weather. So we are supposed to get some maybe sort of irrigation, which we are working on it. Another challenge is market. Because if this, our farm, we have 215 acres of the cassava. So the market, so far we are getting this market, the 10 million I was told, 10 to 15 million we are talking about, which we get every week, is from these Lugwara people. They're coming from Arua, of which the cassava is too much. So we need more market.
First of all, recruitment can be a bit sensitive, especially if you don't handle entry point properly. You can identify the right talent, yes. Person is very good with numbers. Person can really talk. You know, if you're looking for a sales and marketing manager, yes, he'll pitch on how you grow your revenues. He'll pitch for you on how you will penetrate the market and have the biggest share, market share. But we have seen several mistakes be made. Most companies do recruitment on family and social affiliations sometimes. And that's, for me, that is, I usually advise clients, that is a deal, you're not going to do well if you just tap onto a gentleman who was recommended by Charles, or Charles comes and says, Patricia, I know you're looking for a sales and marketing manager, but you know, my brother finished and can actually talk, you know, can sell the guy, you know. So you end up, so those social affiliations, number one, you have to identify. How have you, entry point, where have you sourced this talent from? Is the talent matching the job description? Are they a good brand match with your company? So once they are brought in, how have they been inducted? How have they been taken around? How have they been introduced? How do they understand the culture, the working culture? How do they adopt the working culture of the organization? Then now, once they are in, you need to understand who are they? Now the true colors eventually start coming out. So very good with numbers, but the lady can actually not talk, cannot relate with the subordinates, or will badmouth each and everyone that is not doing, or will want to work closed door and will not want to associate with the team below him. So then those small lack of those skills that are lacking in an individual eventually start coming out. So what does the HR do now? The HR is frustrated. The department head is frustrated that no, we just recruited and the lady is actually not performing because of A, B, C, D. So we usually come in to support, and in trainings, we recommend trainings. We recommend putting people under performance improvement plans. Sometimes people are going through issues at home. Sometimes people have possibly, it's not that what they expected. Even the organization can sell themselves, and then you get inside and you find that structures are actually not in place. So we come in and try to identify what's not in place, who is not doing right, and then we support and advise. So HR surveys are, you know, part of what we do is HR surveys. So when you do human resource survey, these are things you identify: job analysis, job evaluation, and training needs analysis. So all this is put in place to support an employee and the employer, both parties to benefit from each other.
Technology continues to be a trend that accelerates development in the various sectors.
And today we're looking at that machine that helps to sort out foreign materials from agricultural products, specifically coffee.
Here we have our system that deals with coffee cleaning. When we are processing it, basically what we do is cleaning. We have the storage, and in those things, different aspects are found to be among things that we do here. And here we run it using a software whereby we use PLC. We're running this system. It is automated. Now, to begin, here we have I will start from here, our intake pit. That's where we always put our FH2, that is the fair average quality coffee. This one, it is our starting point. When coffee is brought here, FH2, it is then allowed to go into the system. We open here the gates down there, and we allow coffee to get onto this conveyor. Now, this conveyor aids coffee to move from one point to a final destination where we find an elevator. This elevator is elevator 20 that aids coffee to be elevated from a low level to high level, whereby it is able to reach the machines, the first machine on the first floor. Now, the machine that we have here on the first floor is called a pre-cleaner. What it does basically is cleaning our coffee to make it good for human consumption, whereby I remove the sticks that might have come along with coffee, the husks, the rubbles, and everything that is not necessary, extraneous matters. Then, from this machine, our pre-cleaner, coffee froze and gets into the distoner, which is the second machine here. It is the distoner. Now, on this distoner, the distoner it aids in removing the stones from the coffee. You know, coffee, it always comes from farmers, so it has to be having some stones when they are doing the post-harvest handling. So from this here, now coffee is able to go into this system, which is an elevator again. This elevator aids now again in elevating coffee so that it is able to go into our storage facilities, which are the silos. Now, on these silos, on the top of it, we have there a conveyor. This conveyor is the one that aids in distributing coffee to a particular silo that you need it in. Yeah? Now, when you have our coffee here and you want to remove it again, we use the downer conveyor. When you open the gates here, then coffee is able to flow to different aspects that you need it. Now, from here, coffee is able to be elevated again using an elevator. Now, this elevator has different branches where you can easily distribute coffee. It can go to the dryer, it can come back from the dryer coming this end, or it can go to the warehouse for storage again, or it can be taken to the coffee mill for sorting and grading. Then, from the coffee mill, we can again get that coffee that has been sorted and done everything for storage. So it comes from this end and comes through this conveyor. Then it comes into this elevator and is able to be brought here for storage again in the silo. And again, on this system, we make sure we conserve the environment, whereby we have a aspiration system that aids in making sure that there is no dust going into the environment. So our aspiration system consists of the fans which make sure they get that dust that come when we are doing the processing of our coffee, and it is well kept, put into other uses that are good for our factory, and it does not contaminate our environment.
Thank you for watching the show. It's been Money and Markets, and we treasure your company.
Please do continue to engage us on our social platforms. Until next time, have a good night.
Bye-bye.